Hey guys, and welcome to episode 3 of the FitPro Lead Gen Show with me, David Kyle. So the last 2 episodes we've been out on the gym floor recording this for you. But unfortunately today it's absolutely pouring down outside, and I'm guessing if I tuck this outside, all you'd hear is rain pittering on the roof. In today's show, we're going to talk all things web design and lead generation for your website. We're going to give you 5 tips that are really going to help you start generating leads for your website. I'm going to take you onto a call with one of our portal members who's implemented the website course from the portal itself, and how that's managed to change how he gets his leads from his website and what happens when they move forwards. Plus, I'm going to tell you a challenge to do at the end, which our portal member told us that he fixed, and it massively helped him too. So let's get straight into today's show. So there are a number of reasons to have a website, but the main one is to be able to generate leads from the website, because there's no point just having it sitting there looking all pretty but not doing what it's actually supposed to do, which is generate leads. Now most people will go to your website after they've found out a little bit about you, or they've googled your name on the website as the first thing that pops up. Now this website needs to be attractive, it needs to lure them in, and it needs to then collect their details so you start generating leads. So I want to give you 5 simple steps that are really going to help you start to generate leads from your website. And that first tip is mention the audience in the first 5 seconds of landing on your website. Now this is super important, okay, because if someone's coming to your website, let's say it's an over 30s mum, and the first thing you're talking about is powerlifting on the holiday in Ibiza with the lads, that's going to put them off straight away, because this website isn't talking to them. It's not telling them that this website is for them. If it is a busy mum of 30 and the website straight away says, welcome to busy mums over 30s body transformation, then they know straight away, because it says literally in that description when they load up that this website is specifically for them. So make sure when somebody lands on your website, within the first 5 seconds of scrolling through it, it tells them straight away that this website is specifically for them. Okay, so now we're talking about the audience, that they know now that this website is specifically for them. This brings us perfectly onto tip number 2. Now tip number 2 is make sure you have pictures of them straight away. So the website is telling them that this website is for them, but if it's got pictures of you again with a massive 6-pack on the beach in Ibiza with the boys, it's not really showing them that this website is still for them, because you're talking about it, but the pictures don't represent the type of people you want to work with. Maybe when they're scrolling through the before and afters, okay, massively important that you're showing pictures of your clients and the results that they're getting. So when they're scrolling through the website, they can see straight away, wow, this person actually does look like I am right now, and look how far they've managed to come and change or get that transformation that they've wanted. So make sure on the website you're showing pictures of the type of people that you want to work with. You're showing the type of results that they've got, maybe even videos of the type of workouts, so they can see that people just like them come to your gym and are getting fantastic results. So it's going well. They've arrived on your website so far. They've read that this place is for them, that your website, your business is specifically for them. They've seen some amazing pictures and results that you're getting. The next really big and obvious thing you need to do is have plenty of call to actions on your website. Now most people say that their website isn't generating them enough leads, and that is simply because you don't have enough call to actions on your website. Call to actions are simple. Want results like this? Click this button and leave your details. Want to know more about how you can get started? Click this link, enter your details. We need plenty of call to actions on the website, because there's no other way for them to leave their details unless you have a real simple contact form somewhere on your website. So make sure when you are doing this, okay, you're telling them who is it for, you're showing pictures of who it is you work with, and you give them plenty of opportunities to leave their details. So we just talked about then about having call to actions on the website. So click here if you want to get started and so on. Now most people, they know on the website there is going to be a contact section to the website, whether that's in the menu bar where they click it and it drops down and it shows the contact page, or it's at the bottom of every single page. We need to have a contact form that is super simple to find and super easy to use, okay? So you don't want to be asking 1,000,001 questions in this contact form. All you might want to ask is their name, email, phone number, and a little box for them to add more information. So they tell me a little bit more about what it is you want to achieve. Because the shorter and simpler the form is, the more people are going to fill it in and the more leads you're going to get from your website. Now what I say to most people, and what we do in the portal specifically on the templates we give away, we have a contact form at the bottom of every single page, because all these pages are building trust, they're building value, okay? They're showing the prospects that you are the right person to work with. So when you get to the bottom, why not give them that opportunity to request more information by having the contact form? Then on the contact page itself, we add a number of different ways that they can do it. They can either fill the form in on the page, or they can drop us a message on the simple Facebook Messenger form or embed that we've got. Simple. All they need to do is fill one of them in and we get them as a lead right away. So make sure on your website you've got all the call to action buttons, plus you have real simple contact forms for them to fill in that helps you then generate these leads. Okay, so let's move on to tip number 5. The first two we were talking about was making sure you're telling them that they're in the right place right away. So literally talking about the prospect the minute they land on the website. The second one was having pictures or videos which show them the type of people you work with, so they know again that this website is for them. Then number 5 is all about talking the language, okay? So the website needs to talk in the way that your prospects talk or your clients talk. You don't want to be putting massive, confusing technical words on there which they just don't understand. Like if you're working with ladies who want to get a little bit stronger and you start putting massive words like hypertrophy down, which they don't really know about, it's going to confuse them. They're not going to really know what that means, and it's going to make it more difficult for them to understand what they need to do. Whereas if you're telling it really simple, we're going to help you build muscle, tone, look more defined, use the language or the words that they use most often, they're going to feel a lot more comfortable on the website, which will then take us back to the previous two, which is they'll either click one of the call to actions or they'll fill in that contact form. So make sure you have a look at these 5 things that we've just talked about now to really get the most from your website. Next, I'm going to take you onto a call with one of our FitPro portal clients who's done the website course we have in the portal, and how it's managed to change by following just some simple things to really help him generate more leads. Okay, so before we jump on this call, I just want to let you know we had a few technical issues when we were doing it. Unfortunately, my microphone just stopped working, so I've edited out the massive silent bits where I was asking the questions. So the call does make sense, but just imagine it's me asking questions in between kind of each edit of the video. So tell me a little bit more about your website.
So to be honest with you, I had 2 clients that came to me and it was like, your website's crap in the nicest way.
Yeah.
It didn't reflect what your brand does. It was quite hard because obviously I made it myself, and this was the updated website to what was the previous website, but there was links missing and all these different things. But right things, I thought, okay, amazing. It's expensive, but it's gonna work. If that makes sense. So decided as part of moving forward, I'm gonna break down the old website to have a better, fresh looking website that will basically reflect our brand better. So went onto your FitPro lead gen and seen the template. So when we got rid of the old website, got Divi, used your template and created our new site, which now looks 10 times better. And we took it back to the guy, and the guy was like, it actually looks amazing now compared to where it was before. But it flows better. On top of that it's a lot more, it's got a lot more automation in it. So before, when people sign up to the website, we'll just get an email, and that was just about it. Where now, when someone signs up to the website, they get put onto a Trello, which we use the course for. Get put onto a Trello, put onto our autoresponders. They get sent a message to confirm that they've typed into the website, and this number will give them a call at the time they've said. But everything's automated now, which has made it a lot simpler. And we've saved over £100 a month on domain names, all the things that we were spending before. So including Fry themes, everything. So we've saved over £100 a month, which for cash flow reasons, that could easily go into lead gen or pay for the what's it called? Your portal. Yeah. Which is amazing. So it's practically paid for itself already. So for one, the easiest one is the looks of it. Before it was just like, no matter how much marketing we done, someone would always complain about a link on the website or something on the website, or it's just not attracting what it needs to be attracting. It wasn't a sales-driven website. Now, literally, we don't have any other pages that need to be on there. It's just the 2 main pages. When someone puts in the details on that, literally, it goes straight through to our system now, which before we didn't have a system that was flowing how it's flowing now. On top of that is we use Trello all the time. So between our members now, between our staff, we can easily say, right then, someone's on a Trello, you need to answer that call. And then when they finish, they can move it to the next person, move it to the next block. And then someone else can handle that, or however the flow works, if that makes sense. Without the actual systemization and automation, without the systemization, literally, we wouldn't flow the same. Yeah, it's made doing my job a lot easier, because now it's literally just someone types in their name. I'm not going to chase it up. Literally, we've got autoresponders already in place, so they can literally sign up straight away if they wanted to, rather than it just be me having to send them over stuff. And then because of that, we've added gravity forms instead, which that now has done what yours, the Bloom, does, but so much more. So it saves us with zaps as well, because gravity forms already does it. So literally, the Divi installation has just changed everything on our website. 100%. We've got literally one main page, and that one main page gets them into the system. And once they're in the system, then we can talk to them and communicate with them and educate them. But saving all the faff work, we know once they're in the building to stay in, but you need to get to the building. We've got our simple picture at the top, which is friendly, fun, family picture. Below that, we've got just some pictures that kind of explain a bit more what we do, with some text that explain what we do. Below that, we've got one picture with a bit of a summary of what the business is. Below that, we've got a video of what our 30-day trial testimonials have been. And under that is what members say about our service. Simple. And then a call to action. Yeah, what we realized is that people's attention span's a lot lower than what it was. So we're putting in extra fluff work. It's only going to cause more problems. So we just say, you know what? Get them in. Every button leads to the same destination. So if you come in there, your main aim is getting to the contact form. That's it.
So that was the really quick call there with Antonio, and you can see what a difference it makes by making sure your website is super simple for your users to use, okay? Making sure that all the links work, making sure that the pictures are super simple, making sure that your color scheme is so simple that it's not confusing anybody. The simpler your website is, the more leads you're going to generate. And then, as he was mentioning too, that when these leads come in, he's built a whole back-end system, which again we teach in the portal, that it takes that lead, it sticks it into Trello, and then he can follow up with them. Plus he's got his email follow-ups and his text message follow-ups, which we talked about in last week's episode. So if you're not sure what that is, make sure you go and listen or watch last week's episode where we talked a little bit about that. So on Monday, I am on the road. I am doing the FitPro lead gen show, and we're going to be doing it with Leanne from Get in the Media. And it's something I've been thinking of doing for quite a while now, and I'd love to go to a few more locations. But for now, we're just doing Liverpool, Manchester and Birmingham. In Liverpool, we've got a very special guest in Stuart McKenzie joining us too. He's going to be talking about how to make sure you convert these leads, because his agency basically helps FitPro, so he takes care of the lead side for FitPros. So the leads come in and he will then do all the sales for them. So if you're in Liverpool, it's definitely something you'd want to come and check out. Now these events are completely for free, so all you need to do is click one of the links below this video or check us out on one of the social media channels and you'll be able to get access to those free links to come and join us for those days. So to finish this week's episode off, or this week's challenge, I want you to go to your website if you've got a website and just check all the links that you have on your website, because as Antonio said, he had a load of links on his website before that, they just weren't working, they were just dead leads, they weren't going anywhere. So think about the things that we've talked about in today's episode or in the show if you're watching or listening. Then go to your website, check all the links that you've got first. Then go and see if you can change any of the call to action buttons to make them a little bit more hookly, so people actually want to get involved and click those buttons. Make sure you've got plenty of pictures of your clients on there, and make sure you talk your clients' language. People want to know that this website or your fitness business is for them. If you put them off by putting confusing words on there or showing them pictures of people that you don't actually work with, then they're not going to want to know more about it. So make sure your website talks the language. It has pictures of them. It tells them exactly who you work with, and you will start to generate more leads. Again, thanks for watching, or if you're listening, thanks for listening. If you want to subscribe, make sure you do click those buttons, subscribe, and I will see you all next week, where next week's going to be a little bit more action-packed as we're doing these FitPro shows. So we'll give you a little bit more of an insight into how those go. I'll speak to you all soon. Cheers.